Hello friends, very good morning and welcome to Innovative Talks by Dr. Dwivedi. So today I am coming here with a very important thing or important topic for the startup community. Today I am going to discuss seed funding. How what is seed funding and how seed funding is different from angel investing, why seed funding is important, and types of seed funding. So today we will discuss only these four things. I am starting with seed funding and its meaning. What is seed funding? Friends, seed funding or angel investing is the funding of business at the earliest stage in its life cycle, which is usually any time during its formation at the ideal stage, having just a plan, prototype, or in a trial phase with no or negligible customers. Angel investors are usually individuals or groups investing their own money after ascertaining the potential of the startup. The investment is expected to yield return in multiple but also carries the risk of being lost if startup goes belly up. An angel investor or the seed funder invests equity as a startup, as the startups are most often fledgling and unsuitable for depth. The mode of investment could be, a stake in lieu of funding, a right to buy shares in future exercise of raising equity. Friends, the angel investor is often someone with an in-depth vertical knowledge of the business of the startup and has the resources to assess the entrepreneur's potential. Other kind of non-public equity funding for the business or venture capital and private equity. So we have seen the meaning of seed funding and how angel investor is different from seed funding, and there are other investors also available in the startup community, and they are venture capitalists or private equity people. Friends, now coming to difference between the seed funding and angel investing. The very slight difference. The difference between seed funding and angel investing is blurred, as these terms are usually interchangeably. However, angel investors are the very first investor in a startup. Angel investors may be individual or syndicate of group, or you can say investing in very early stage of startup. On the other hand, the seed funding is the round just prior to series funding round. Therefore, the seed funding round is the stage when company starts gaining attention of the bigger player in the venture capital space. And next point, why is seed funding important? Friends, seed funding proves to be very useful for the startups. Below mentioned are some advantages of seed funding. What are they? First point, it reduces the risk to founder in new venture. It covers for fund insufficiency. It acts as a source of working capital. It expands a business relationship by bringing strategic partners. It provides mean to scale up, and it accelerates the growth. Now coming to types of seed funding. First one is crowdfunding. In recent time, we have seen crowdfunding platforms are growing and have become in a trend, and people are promoting seed funding through crowdfunding. These platforms are generally open and anyone can back the idea, anyone can support the idea or concept or product. The second one is corporate seed funding. This is also very good source of seed funding, as startups gain more visibility because of the big corporate investors. Large companies like Google, Intel, and Apple support startups regularly with seed funding. Such investment can prove to be very useful for the new firms to build their brand because they're already supported by good corporate brands. Third one is angel investor. These are the investors who have seed funds in startup in return for the equity ownership or convertible debt. Next, incubators. These are also investors along with the providing small seed funds focus on helping the new ventures through training and often providing office space like co-working spaces. Many leading educational institutions like IIT, IIM, some other institutions of national importance, they are providing incubation support. Then accelerator. They are next to the incubators. The investors mainly focus helping the new venture in scaling up rather than supporting at the early stage. So they are the accelerator. Then VC funding, venture capital funding. They are high-end investors, very big people that invest in the new venture after looking into the parameters such as market conditions, founders' vision, growth potential, etc. So finally, how to raise seed funding? To raise seed funding, it is very imperative to have creative business idea that can be commercialized. Along with the idea, the pitch made in front of the investor is equally essential. The firm seeking investment should be prepared with well documented business plan describing its target market, market potential, existing and potential competitors, and financial projections for next coming 5-6 years or few years. Funding round for the startup are designed in such a way that investor obtains partial ownership in the startup. They can become an equity partner. So therefore, the investor not only benefit from the profit, but also he has a stake in the company. So he can going to help the organization, the startup for long term. The funding of startup follows a particular type. It is given here like series funding, a series of funding, series A funding, series B funding, series C funding. There are three types by which a startup can get benefited and can enjoy seed funding. Thank you so much for watching Innovative Talks by Dr. Punit Kumar Dwivedi. Keep in touch. Again, I'll come with some innovative idea videos for you to share great knowledge to make you successful. God bless you all. Thank you. Keep watching Innovative Talks by Dr. Punit Kumar Dwivedi. Thank you.